Hello and welcome to day 24 on the Sprint camper build. How's my progress from the 2-week deadline? Not great. With the heat being so hot as it is, plus obviously working in this heat, it's just hard work. Just seems to take that much longer to do anything because you're stopping every 5 minutes to have a drink. So today I've managed to get out, hopefully for a couple of hours, and I'm going to just seal a couple of old holes in the roof where the original owner had light bar or something on the side to help him work, obviously leaving holes in the roof. Now the holes are sealed over with just sort of tape at the moment, which is held up fine. Obviously, being I don't want any moisture getting in, I'm going to seal them today with the little bit of time I've got. Okay, so as you can see, the hole here, and there's also one here. Now they've got vinyl wrap over, not tape, it's vinyl wrap. I remember what it's called. Now, if you see my other videos, I use these bolts, which hold down the original floor because they've got a nice head, to seal at the back where the beacon used to be. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same bolts here. Obviously, I can just, once they're cleaned up, just drop in and seal. Now, the roof rack's going to be above this, so it shouldn't be an issue, but peace of mind, and they'll be sealed. So that's what I'm going to do today. There's two here, and there's two behind the camera, but I'll film it all as I do it. Right, so I've got in a working position, so I can actually get to it. Just give that a scrub a minute. See what I can get off of that. So, ideally, you want this as clean as possible. So, start with that. Back with my PVC cleaner. Put some of that on. Hopefully that will get rid of the sticky residue of the vinyl wrap. Oh, let's try it on this. Oh, that works. That's lovely. There you go. Put it on there. Now this one was slightly lifted, so I had the advantage of getting it up, but I might have to use a heat gun on these ones. There you go. Wipe that off. Okay. All the sticky residue gone. PVC cleaner. There you go. Ooh. It's a little bit windy today, so be careful. Try and get this, as you can see, it's sealed on before with. I think it must have been a light bar because obviously there's 4 holes, so I think he might have had a light bar on the side. So when he was working on the side of the road, I think it was like a bus mechanic that owned it. He had the ability to light up everything, but he took those off when he obviously sold it. And I got it from a third party that had bought it off him, and then I had it after that, so that's not coming off as easy. Right, I'm going to go and get the heat gun so we can try get this off. One Black & Decker heat gun. Let's see if it helps peel it off. Get a tiny bit of heat. The roof bent in a little bit here, which not a lot I can do about it. So something's happening. There you go. If you want any temporary sealing of any holes, use vinyl wrap. As you can see, it works quite well to seal up holes because it doesn't come back off. No, it's a bit easy. Oh, there's some rust under here. I'm going to have to treat that now. Mind you, it's been on here about 6 years that I've had the van. I found the holes after I bought the van. you can't really see them very well from the ground. And yeah. So, well, I'm going to clean that up with the PVC cleaner as well. I'm going to have to get my rust treatment out and clean this up as well. Didn't expect there being rust under there, but there we go. Alright, got my drill up here. I sorted out the rust treatment paint. Right. Let's get the gooey residue off to start with. Now I've realised my bolts aren't long enough to seal this one, so I need to work out what I'm going to do, because it goes through this panel and through another panel underneath. So the bolts I've got are too short for there. We'll work that one out in a minute, see if I can find a longer bolt that will work just as well. Unfortunately, it won't match, which will be a bit annoying, but that's what we can do. Can't get in the channel that it's drilled through. It's part of the roof. Now, had I known all these little discrepancies were on the van when I bought it, I wouldn't have bought the van. But hindsight is something you can't see or do anything with. Oh, where that's been, it's like faded the paintwork around it. The actual paintwork underneath is actually better. Right, so I've cleaned the goo off it. Just do a bit of residue removal. Now, so I bought these for the floor. It's a wire wheel. So I wheel this back. Now there's some ridges there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my grinder, I think, and just take those ridges off. From there, I'll get some rust treatment on it, go from there. Oh, I'm back with my grinder. I'm just going to take those little bits off and see how it goes. I just love people that bodge their vans. It's just there we go. Little tag off of that one. This is a little bit raised, so I think I'll do that at the same time. Right, so there's that done. So, what next? Now, I have to rust treat that, which means I won't be able to seal it today. That's a conundrum. Luckily, we've got some dry weather, so hopefully that won't go, any water won't go in there. And if it does go in there, it shouldn't stay in there because it'll evaporate with this hot weather we've got. So that's where I am at the moment. Okay, back up. Now, I couldn't think of any other way of doing it, so I've got a fresh Stanley blade. I'll just gently scrape that off. Now I've sprung the rust treatment up, so while I'm here, I'm just going to do this quick. It can be drying while I'm doing other bits. Just try and do a light coat over the bare metal. Now is rust free. Like that. I can just cover the whole area because it rust treated. Right, now on to get this old sealant off. I'm just going to use the end of the blade and just gently tempt it off. If there's a tiny bit left, obviously the new sealer seal over it. Anyway, now this one directly goes inside the cab, or the back shall I say. It's never leaked any water, even though I didn't realise it had actually perished through where the hole was. It's one of those jobs you overlook because you never see water dripping from it, so you think, oh, that's sealed, and don't worry about it. Then you decide to turn your van into a camper van and go, oh yeah, I need to sort that. I've pretty much got the design of my roof rack. I've just got to find the time now to build it. And obviously if this hot weather keeps going like it has been, you can see it's a little bit scuffed because I've had to use the Stanley knife, but yeah, again, I think a bit too much for that. I'll just dab a bit of the rust treatment on there as well. Getting it everywhere, look. Now, you'll see a video where I've washed this roof and I've got, oh, I left a bit of soap on it, but the dirt just sticks back to it. That's why I never fully cleaned it, because I thought it's just going to end up getting dirty by the time I get round to doing it, so I'll wipe it and clean it finally once I'll get onto that. Now, as I said, this isn't long enough. I need one that is a little bit longer. So I'm going to hunt for a bolt. Okay, so this is where I'm at. I found a bolt that goes through both holes, but you swap. You can see it sits absolute rubbish on the roof. So the next plan is open up the hole, put a nutset in it, and then thread a little bolt in there and seal it in. Now, as I've got to open the hole up a little bit, I've got a slide hammer, so I'm going to try and pull the panel out. It's a bit more flush, a bit nicer. Yeah, let's get on with that. Alright, so I've got a drill bit. Just going to drill this out quick. Right, touched out a bit. Let's double check that one. That's perfect. Now this obviously requires a little small bolt, so I'll have to find a nice little one to go in there in a minute. But as I said, because I've done that, I've got the opportunity to use my slide hammer and hopefully pull it out a bit. As of everything I do, it's not perfect. That is not dipped now. I'm going to get a little hammer, fettle that back in, maybe get the slide hammer in again on that. Yeah, let's do the slide hammer again. Use the end of it just to maybe there. Back, I think. Just think, get on with a tiny little job on the roof because I've got enough time to do it, and it turns into a full-blown job. Yeah, I know I'm scuffing off paint that I just put on, but it all broke off because I'd pulled it out. Right. How's that looking? It's not too bad. I'm just going to get a little hammer and fettle a couple of little bits back in. Got my little hammer. I'm just going to right, let's pick it up again. Oh, a bit blurry. There we go. As you can see, it's not perfect, but instead of having a massive dent there, it's going to be like that. And then what I've chosen, I've got a little tiny Allen bolt there. I'll put that. Oh, no, I'm going to have to re-drill that. Well, that'll be going in there, and that'll go in there with sealant on it. And then at some stage, I'll paint over that. Right, so I've recoated over where I've done that because obviously it split all the paint off. I'm just about to put the thing in. Well, I've not really ever done this before, so hopefully it goes well. It's nice and tight. Now I've done that while the rust treatment was still wet, so that it sealed that as it went in. But that, with that in it, it's a lot neater than I imagined. Once that's sealed in, you probably barely see it. I mean, I might paint over it as well, just to hide it up here, but good job. I'll get some sealer to go over that in a minute as well. And I'll let that flash dry and then sealer it, I think. Should go off altogether, hopefully. And this one, now after seeing how nice or little those are, I'm half tempted to do the same here. One of those with a sealed in bolt. I'm not sure. I mean, this bit's not as imperative because this is going to be underneath the solar panel, so it's going to be a bit hidden, and that's going to give me a lot better seal than. Right. One of those. Oh, I'm tempted. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'll get another one of those. Sounds like a good idea. Right, let's do this. I'll do that while I've still got the gun up here. Let's get some tiny bit of rust treatment. Just go back over that. While it's wet, we'll press in the thing to then seal it in as well. That one didn't go as well, but it does look like it's in there. Now, I'm trying to work out what's going on with this. Technically, when I wind that, it should. Yeah, but it's obviously come loose inside, so I'm going to reattach that and just double check that one. Right, I'm back. Let's give it another try. Now, you wind it into the nuts there. Like that. It was all the way in. No, I'm fixing holes in the roof. Right, so I've gone and got my polyurethane sealer, which is a PU18. So if you ever look that up, it's a good sealer. What I'm going to do is literally put a bit in the hole, and that one. I hate it when it dribbles everywhere. And then just stab that in there. Bit of good one. Oh, I stuck to my finger. Alright. Put the bolt in. Now, there's probably better ways of doing this, but this is the way I'm doing it, so if I'm happy with it, then that's all that matters, isn't it, I suppose. No water's going to come in, so always make sure if you get any this polyurethane on your hands, get it off as soon as you can, because it doesn't come off very easily once it's set. It sort of bonds to your skin. There you go. 2 little knobbles, 2 holes sealed. If you haven't got one, these are ideal little gizmos. Just a bit driver, brilliant little bit to get. Alright, let's seal that over. Doesn't have to look pretty, it's just got to be sealed. If I haven't said before, if you do get the stuff go anywhere, again, PVC cleaner. There you go, that dribble that came off of it when I did that one. Right, so they're both sealed, so I'm going to move on my tools and do the other 2. Right, I'm reset back up, as again, I'm going to use the hot air gun to help release the blend in really well, doesn't it? Now, did that do the trick or not? After 4 o'clock, it's lovely. Everybody here that works up here has left and it's quiet. Oh, got remnants of an old bit underneath. Because the other ones work so well, I'm going to nutset these ones, and I'm half tempted to redo the back ones. Same idea. I'm only applying a tiny bit of heat because I don't want to lift the paintwork of the van. I only want to lift this old vinyl wrap. I'll do all the treatments and everything like I did on the other side. Yeah, because at the back where I put the bolts through, I'm going to have to cut the bolts down. And I thought, see, I've done it this way here. That works a lot better, and there's hardly anything stuck through. So, to save me cutting the bolts down, I just pop them out, clean them up, and put nut sets in like I've done here. Seems like a very good idea. No, ideally, wouldn't have any of this, but there we go. Do. Bit of entertainment for you. Do. Clean this up. Got the old sealer. It's done its job, isn't it? Doesn't even come off the body. Carefully. To be fair, I mean, it's probably scratching the paintwork a little bit, but that's just only going to help this new sealer stick, hopefully. Thought I'd take this off first before I use the PVC cleaner. Take all the goo off. Do. Now I'm stretching my time limit I had today, but since I've started this, I'm going to try and get these things sealed. Now when it comes to the roof rack, I'm going to probably make it up on the floor, measure everything out. I've got to get the fan in the ceiling of the van really first, so that I can work out where the solar panels are going to go. Now I'm going to put 800 watts of solar on this fan. I've seen people do it and they've put like 200 watts on and 300 watts, and I just thought, you know, if you're going to do it, you need as much solar as physically possible, just because that way it's going to charge your batteries properly. And being in England, our English weather, half the time it's cloudy, so if my 800 watts can give me 400 watts when it's cloudy, that's a bonus. The people with only 2 or maybe 400, they're not going to get there. They might get 200, which, if you've got any sizable battery, it's not going to charge it very quickly. So you'll find yourself running out of juice when you need it the most. And that's what I didn't want to do. I wanted to have the ability to run anything I wanted whenever I wanted, and that's hopefully what I'm going to achieve. Now initially I was going to go for a 3 kilowatt heater, inverter should I say, but after looking at what I actually wanted in the van, I didn't need 3 kilowatts. I've gone for 2 kilowatts. Now some people go, oh, it's not really enough, but the things I want to run off the 240, yeah, it's more than enough. Right, for some reason the camera cut out, so I've just done a bit of cleaning, ground it flat, just final little bits of muck on there, all the old sealers off. Right, nicely cleaned up that one. Let's do this one on the side. Now, funny enough, these were sealed with sealer. The ones on the side aren't. Don't really understand that. But I suppose he didn't worry about water getting into the van from the side. I don't know why. Yeah. Do. A little bit of scrubbing. Now, up here is going to be obviously my awning. So it'll probably hang over this, and probably you won't even notice it's here once that's on. I'm hoping once I've finished the van, I'll get many years of enjoyment going places in it. Now, I'm doing YouTube just because I want to. If it ever turns into a way of a source of earning money, which I very much doubt it will, but you never know, and that'll give me the opportunity to keep filming all the places I go, and entertain you guys with that. So now this isn't rusty on this side. The tiniest little bit of nothing really there, but I'll just get the camera and show you. Right, can you see? So that's the side hole. That's the other one. Right. Now, the little tripod I got, it's been wondrous to help me film places. Now, we get a bit of that, put it on there, same on there, like before. Alright, let's see if these holes are actually big enough, because if they are, I think this side one will be. Well, it's not quite, and that one's definitely not. Oh, let's get the drill and drill those out. The wind's picking up a little bit as well. Oh, that one hardly needed anything. Right, let's see how well I can get on, because my storage on my camera is now getting full because I forgot to take old files off. So I'm going to have to quickly do these and get the filming done. Now, I've put some more rust treatment on. One in there. Same again on this side. Oh, why isn't that squashing then? Oh, that one costs me a little bit more. Right, they're both in. Now, did I get some more screws? I think I did. I think they might be in my pocket. That's that out. Right, so they're both squished in. Yes, I did. Two thingies. Oh, job. I turfed the camera over while I was doing that. Sealant. Big blob in there. And in there. Bit more entertainment for you there. Right, that's that one nipped in. Now, I'll put loads of sealant on it because these technically are never going to come out again, so it doesn't matter how much left got on them, just as much as possible to seal it, really. Get it started. That. Come back with the sealant, and then we'll just give it a bit of a gunning round there. It's going to dribble everywhere, is it? Oh. Right. Cap back over that. Doesn't splurge for that. And then we will just smooth that over the top. Right, so that is them done. So, because I've got not much room, I don't know why the flash is on. So I've fully sealed that one and that one. They're never going to leak. Now I'm going to paint over that because the polyurethane is paint overable. So I will paint over those later date once this is all sealed. And then those two there. And that's it. So I'm going to get tidied up and then I'll do an outro and call it a day. So That's the end of day 23. It's not much of a day. As I said, it's been hard work with the heat. I'm looking after my mum, trying to get up here, do a bit. Now this has actually taken a lot longer than I expected. So I'm going to have to, I've packed up now. I'm just going to shoot home, make sure mum's all right. She's got the aircon at least. She's not out in this heat. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.